Why boxing?
Great question. Boxing is something that I think is a little underrated.
Mm-hmm.
People immediately think about boxing and they're intimidated. Like, I don't know about that. That's how I was initially. Then
That's kind of how I was too.
right. But then you get to digging and you get to seeing it's low impact cardio, which is amazing. I need it for my knees. My knees are bad.
Mm-hmm.
But what's cool is it's not only is it low impact cardio, but what it does for your mind, like helps reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression by 40 to 50%. It's very empowering. People walk out literally feeling like you can almost see the confidence in them when they walk out of the room. And so boxing, man, best thing you can do for your mind. When you're talking about cardio, boxing every day. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we experienced it firsthand, and, there was nothing like that around here. But, going back to most of what drives anxiety and depression, and we know just the world as it is, right? There's a lot of that going on, but it's the lack of agency, right? It's feeling like you don't have control or capability in your own life. And there's nothing like hitting a bag full of water in a dark room with someone telling you that you're made for more that'll make you walk out and feel like you're capable and able to have agency over your own life. So it's pretty, I think people don't understand what it can do for them until they come in there and do it.
Yeah. So for context, Leah and Lindsey, you guys own Battle Republic.
Yes.
How would you define it? Boxing fitness studio?
No, it's we call it a fitness studio that combines strength and cardio for a full body workout.
Yeah.
And cardio, the way we get our cardio is through boxing.
Yeah.
So it's, cardio and strength have been around for a long time because that's what works. You have to have both for a longer, better life. And, boxing is the way we get our cardio for the reasons that we just talked about.
Yeah.
So, yes.
How did you guys both get into fitness?
I'll let you start because you got into it first.
Well, I mean, sheesh. We could go way back.
Go all the way back. Yeah, go all the way back.
We grew up together.
Okay.
We're catfish farmers' daughters.
Okay.
And our family farms are 10 minutes apart. So we grew up playing volleyball, basketball, and softball together.
Yes. She was better.
She was
That's
my
crazy.
first baseman that could catch any wild throw I threw her way.
Yeah.
She was the shooter. I could pass to her. She was going to knock the 3-point down.
They were double teaming Leah. Let's get this right. So it opened me up to shoot threes a lot. So that was helpful.
Anyway, we played all sports together growing up.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for a long time. And we kind of both went our separate ways. I stayed kind of in the fitness realm. I ended up playing basketball in college at University of Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Yeah, and then coached for 10 years. So I coached at Bama. I ended up coaching the WNBA. So 10 years did that and then moved back home. And that's when we reconnected. And that's when she had the bright idea to do this thing.
Yeah.
And I had no fitness background outside of playing high school sports in Greensboro, Alabama, which is where we grew up, which is
population
I was
2,800.
going to say it's the middle of nowhere.
It's the county seat of Hale County. It's the catfish capital of Alabama. None of that probably means shit to anybody. Yeah. I had been in the corporate world, was always kitchen from mom and pop to private equity sale. Got to go ring the bell on Wall Street, watch them take it public, watch them run it in the ground. And, And when I got a lick when we went public of money, and I was interested in fitness because I'd always been a fitness user. And boutique fitness was kind of really starting to have its moment, I guess. Applied for a franchise at Pure Barre. They denied me because I had no fitness background.
Right.
Right. So I was always kind of had it in the back of my mind. And when I got ready and left my corporate job, Leah and I had already opened a coffee shop, like the first coffee shop in our county back home, because she didn't have a coffee shop when she moved back home.
I wanted a coffee shop.
Yeah. And I was like,
By all means.
Leah knows how to do all the things in fitness and motivation and speaking life over people and coached multiple gold medalists in basketball. And, so I was like, cool. I don't know shit about it, but she does. And so we were at a Chipotle parking lot in Tuscaloosa. And I was like, I've been reading about these boxing gyms in LA and New York, and we should do one. And she's like,
you're crazy. Girl. That's what I literally was like, girl, you have lost your mind.
And she got in her car, and I was like, okay, well, I was for real. And so we went to New York. I went up and I was like, hey, do you want to come? Like,
I'm like, cool, fun weekend in New York. I'm
right.
down.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah. And so I called.
Were you still coaching at that point?
No, I'd moved back to Greensboro. I'd opened a small little gym for personal training. Was still doing some work from a distance in Seattle, some video stuff. We'd opened that coffee shop. So I was back on the farm.
Is the coffee shop still around?
It is.
Really? What's it called?
Yeah, it's called The Stable.
The Stable.
Yeah, it's on Main Street.
I travel all around Alabama for work, like meeting with churches and stuff, so I'll have to go by.
You should totally stop.
Main Street's like alive.
Yeah. Our
That's
little
cool.
hometown is
it's rocking.
It's rocking for West Alabama.
Yeah.
So did you go to New York to like try out all of these? Had y'all been to these kind of gyms before, or you just like kind of had
boxing?
Okay.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't remember what publication it was from, but I remember sitting in my mom's house. I was going to take some time off, right?
That's what I was supposed to be doing too.
We were like trying to like figure out our next thing after, we'd done, kind of like hit these really good goals in our career. But anyway, I got like an email. I don't know if it's from like Allure or Cosmo, something. And it's like the trend sweeping the model world or whatever. And I was like, this looks cool. So I called it like my Eat, Love, Pray tour of New York. I had a restaurant background. So I had like 10 restaurants I wanted to go see. And then like Soul Cycle, Rumble, Shadow Box. I think there was one other fitness concept, but I was just kind of like, a lot of times things happen in New York and LA and they never make it here.
Yeah.
Or if they do, it's like a long time down the road. And so I knew that it was a great place to find inspiration. Drug her with me.
Yeah.
And we walked in Rumble, actually, which, I could tell you the rise and the fall of Rumble another day. But at that moment, it was more about the boxing side, which neither one of us have a background in.
Yeah.
Right? And so she went in.
I landed. She was already there. I landed on a Friday afternoon, immediately went straight to the gym, go to this class, walk out, and I'm like, that's the coolest shit I've ever done. I'm in. Straight up. No kidding. And I was very like, I thought I was having a fun weekend in New York.
Yeah.
And we ended up hitting this Italian spot right after, and we literally stayed there till they about pushed us out.
Yeah.
And we had like come up, we were like on napkins, like writing down all the things. This was January of 2018, and we opened our first location in Homewood of February 2019.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got
Fast
to work.
turnaround. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
we
a
didn't
year?
play. I mean, literally like that night, it was like, we knew immediately we wanted to be called Battle.
Yeah.
But you couldn't trademark Battle, so.
So we're the Republic. So Battle Republic.
What gave you the confidence to think it would work here?
Why wouldn't it?
Fair.
Delusion.
Fair.
Also, I honestly, neither one of us had any experience in the industry, and I think that served us pretty well. I think we knew there was nothing like it around here, and that Birmingham, was continuing to like have some groundswell of momentum, and we, the South in general is it's like, hey, we should have cool shit too.
Yeah.
So we felt like we were well connected enough in Birmingham. There was a need for it, but also delusion. Because we probably didn't know enough to be as scared of what people would call an incredibly saturated market. But
I think too, I think when you think about it, it's like, hey, this is a really cool thing that's different, that's not here. So it can serve the community. It can give the community something it doesn't have. But then also, I mean, she had a great hospitality background in the restaurant world. And it's like, we'd done enough life and been around enough teams and done things for a while where it's like, we knew we wanted to create something different and special. Right. And so it's bigger than a workout. It's something, we wanted to create something we truly believed in that literally poured into people's lives, and so it's way bigger than that. We want people to know that they're capable of amazing things, that they can do hard things, that they're made for more, that they're loved and they're seen just the way they are. And so we wanted to create something special like that. And so I do believe that when you have something like that and you have a heart behind that, it's going to take off. I mean, it's going to be successful.
Yeah, because people buy into the vision.
Not that it always would be successful, but she also had a business mind. Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Well, it's personally, I had felt a lot of hospitality going into like restaurants or coffee shops. Sometimes I didn't feel that in hardly any fitness places I went into, and so that was something. Everything she just said was something that we hoped we would get to bring to life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very badass when it happened. She's naturally wired that way. Like, if you need life spoke over you, like, just go hang out with Leah.
Yeah.
If you want me to make sure we don't run out of money, come talk to me. So it's a very good pairing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, so for context, I went and did a class, I think it was last weekend, maybe the weekend before.
Saw that.
The first thing I thought of was hospitality, like the way that you guys took care of us. And like, I mean, you guys weren't physically there, but your team took really good care of us. Like,
we have an amazing team.
Yeah, like, I mean, had our names on the board when we walked in, and then kind of showed us how to like set up our gloves and get oriented and make sure that we knew where the bathroom was and all, just the little things. Like, it's all of those little things that make hospitality special. I've talked to a lot of restaurateurs and chefs, and it's hilarious because that kind of stuff feels unimportant. But it's not. Like, those little bitty details are are the difference in what makes someone feel special and cared for versus just like walking into a place and having a transaction, you know?
Oh yeah, especially today, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think everything's so transactional, and now we have AI, and like, you know, we humans still have so much value, and the biggest reason we have value is that we can connect with other humans, and people want to like know you and be known, and so we've hired people that feel very passionately about that part too. We can teach the rest, you know. So it's really a place of hospitality and community that also is really damn good for your body.
Yeah.
Too, you know?
Lindsey, take me a little bit back through your time with Zoe's, because that's really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
How did you get into hospitality world? Because you said you were corporate, so you were more on the business side.
Well, I was a little bit of everything. So Zoe's was started in Birmingham, and I was in grad school for accounting, getting my master's in accounting, and just a guy that I knew that I played like intramural ball with brought me on as like an hourly person. And within a year, they had brought me in as assistant controller, so more on the finance side. But I'd come out of a store. Like, I was ringing you up and bringing you your food. About a year after that, John Castamus was... he was growing it. He decided he was going to sell the company. But before that, he decided that he wanted a new CFO for things we won't get into, because John is like one of my favorite people, and he's an incredible entrepreneur, and he is going to always speak truth and speak very factual. And some people don't love that.
People don't always resonate with that.
Yeah, that's right. And that's, you know.
And that's just a difference in personality.
Exactly.
And it's fine.
There's no right, wrong, or different. But anyway, so I had no business I was like 26 years old, ran point on, we sold for like a 10-time projected multiple of EBITDA.
Wow.
In 2007, before the world fell apart. So, yeah. And it was like this redneck I literally would like go to the office with like a do-rag on because I didn't have time to wash my hair, because we were doing due diligence with a private equity group out of California.
Yeah.
And so we went, that was a whole nother degree.
That's insane.
Yeah. And so.
And you were in your 20s?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And John was like, "Can you do it?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Of course. Say yes and then just figure it out.
Yeah. But it was awesome. And I got literally to see, like, you know, the American dream. So his mom and dad opened it, just them two, like running a restaurant, and then it grew and sold private equity, and then it eventually went public. And so I stayed on. The family kind of got out of the day-to-day. Now they've taken it back. The Zoe story is like a case study. Someone should really, like, what's really in the chicken salad. Like, that should be the name of it. There should be a documentary. But
we can work on that.
Yeah. Let me know.
Yeah.
But I stayed on, and I'm glad that I did, because I got to see a lot of what to, and in the back end, a lot of what not to do. But I moved into ops. So I was in finance. They brought in their own CFO, the private equity group did. And I was like, "Where do you want me?" And they were like, "We need a multi-unit in the Carolinas." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I moved into operations. In my last post, I was over 40 restaurants in the Southeast and was a VP of Ops for the South. And so I also understood scaling and staffing and like I knew the profit side and all that. But anyway, the company went public, which is nuts. Got to go ring the bell on Wall Street. And then, they killed the culture slowly. I want to say slowly, but it really wasn't that slow. and they got bought out by a competitor.
Yeah.
And so I was like, the last 3 years I was there, I felt like I was like getting up every day and fighting my own company to protect my own team.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a terrible employee, as I said earlier. Like I couldn't get behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it served me really well, and then until it didn't.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm kind of grateful maybe that they were doing such stupid shit, because I'm not sure I would have taken the jump into entrepreneurship as willingly, because it was kind of all that I knew.
Yeah.
But I'd got to learn from, we grew up with like the original entrepreneurs or farmers. And then I had the great, luck to go work with John and really watch that with Zoe's too. So
yeah, that's a crazy like out of grad school job, like career trajectory.
There's a lot of crazy stories.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And then Leah, did you go straight into coaching after?
Yeah, so I got done playing, and I was a grad assistant coach at Alabama as soon as I was done. So my coach at the time, literally, we lost our last game in the SEC tournament. We're on the bus ride back, and we're sad,
Yeah.
She comes back and sits by me, and she's like, "So what are you going to do?" I was like, "I don't know." And I think she's talking about like when we got home, and she's like, "I'm talking about for life." And I was like, I really have no idea. My undergrad was my degree was exercise science. So I'd been in the weight room interning and stuff with the football team, men's and women's basketball teams, doing their workouts, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And she was like, "You were made to coach." And she was like, we already had a grad assistant coach at the time, and she actually made another position to have 2 grad assistants.
Wow.
And so I'm thankful for that, because she literally, I don't know what I would have done. I didn't even want to take it, and I didn't want to go to grad school, but my parents were like, "No, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You're going to get your master's paid for."
Yeah.
So I was very thankful. And anyway, that ended up taking me right into coaching and into my career. And so, I was there for 2 years, and then kind of was all over. I went to Florida, to Pensacola State College for a year, then immediately got hired back as an assistant coach at Alabama for a couple years. Then I went back as a head coach to Pensacola State.
Wow.
And then that's when I got a call to go to Seattle. My coaching mentor got the head job for the Seattle Storm, and she hit me up. She was like, "Yo, you ready to come?" I was like, "Let's go." Let's go.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. I literally got a lot of things before I was 30.
Yeah.
There was 2 things
I was going to say,
wanted.
you both kind of like climbed a mountain really fast.
I'm thankful for that, because it like taught us a lot in a short amount of time. And so it's given us an opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I think you're always taught like to climb this ladder. Like you got to get to the top. You got to get to the top. And I think the Lord kind of has a sense of humor. It's like, "Okay, this is what you think you want. Here you go."
Yeah.
So I was like, there's a couple things I wanted, and then I got that. And then it's like, "Oh, but here, you can have this too."
Yeah.
WNBA wasn't even on my radar, but it was like, "Here, just have this for funsies."
Yeah.
You think you want all this. And so here, go ahead, have it.
Yeah.
And so it was cool because I got that. And then it was like, this was really cool, but I very quickly realized it's not what I wanted for my life. It's a completely different grind, and loved it. Was literally the people, Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, Jewel Lloyd, some of the best players to ever play the game. And, I'm sitting there and I'm like, but I'm not sleeping.
Yeah.
I know everything. I'm getting ready for this game. We either win or lose, and then I'm on to the next game. And this is my entire life. I'm like, I don't think this is what I want.
Yeah.
And so I was very thankful that I learned that when I did. And I was 31, 32 at the time.
Yeah.
And so that's when I moved back home. Wasn't sure what I was going to do, but knew I was supposed to go home for a minute and didn't know why. And anyway, ended up opening a gym and a coffee shop, and that's when we reconnected.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Yeah. So is that like 2017-ish time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. And then Battle comes 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
What was like, did you think, okay, we're going to open a gym, or did you think like, okay, we're going to build an empire? Like what was the original like dream and vision?
Well, we knew from the beginning that we weren't going to be some mom and pop gym down the road.
Yeah.
That like everybody thinks they can open a fitness gym.
Yeah.
And we had trouble like getting money because so many banks have been burnt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really love industries that no one wants to lend to, restaurants.
Yeah.
But no, we knew from the front, we're like, we think we can win.
Mm-hmm.
And if we win, we want to be built from the front to scale.
Yeah.
And so we did a lot of the stuff right. Our backgrounds had served us well, right? How we did the operating agreement and how we structured and did the branding and the marketing and didn't really half-ass it on the stuff that mattered. We got a badass piece of real estate too.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple had fell through and we were kind of bummed about it. And then, you know, the one that we have in Homewood came along, and I'd argue it's one of the best pieces of real estate in the city.
Prime.
It is. And we have an amazing landlord there. Like he's
awesome.
Amazing. And so, but we got like no TI money. That was fine. And so, you know, I had said, like, this is what I will spend. And we, of course, blew through that just because we didn't know what we didn't know. It was the first one we done. But we still, I think we always knew that it was going to be something that would have positive human impact on a big scale. How big? We're not sure yet. We'll let you know because we got some big plans still going. But
because y'all have, what, 3 locations now?
3 now. We're looking for 4.
Okay.
We just engaged like the fitness real estate experts to come in and start doing profiling. We just have we have the guy that helped scale Solid Core, was part of 2 private equity exits with them, consulting. So we are a little behind because of COVID, but also we're stronger because of it.
That's right.
And so that's the thing is like there's several times where we could have given up on what we thought we were going to be able to do with this. And we didn't, and I'm so glad that we didn't, because now it's very real again. But damn, COVID.
Yeah,
we were the Homewood location had been open 1 year when we closed the doors for COVID, and we had already signed the lease for the summit at that point, and there was like no getting out of it.
We were
without like, it was kind of like we're either going to pay them what we're going to pay to build it, and so. It was pretty shitty, to be honest, but I think we got so much better because we had to get better to get to the other side.
You know, you get into tough times, you find out what you're made of real quick.
Yeah.
And we know we're not punks, and we'll figure it out, and we'll do whatever we have to do. And it made us learn. It made us grow. And so we would not be where we were if it wasn't for COVID.
Because our first year in Homewood, we did really well.
Or we wouldn't be here today if we hadn't done well the first year.
But it was kind of like we still didn't really know what we were doing, but we had enough of it right that it was resonating and it was doing really well. We had a lot more to learn that was very much forced on us.
Yes.
What I want to dig into more of, what do you mean when you say you didn't know what you were doing? Because I feel like so many people who are entrepreneurs say that. And there's like, you know, common business systems. Like you know what you're doing.
No, we knew we had good people.
Yeah.
We knew we had a great workout and a good experience. Like we knew we were going to take great care of people when they walked in the building. We had a badass brand. We had a lot of soul to what we did, a lot of purpose to what we did. The technology we opened with, like, similar to Orange Theory, heart rate technology, that was
a nightmare.
Shit show. Because it's super unreliable technology and we had no idea. We got like ran over with just like getting people checked in an efficient manner because we were so busy out of the gate, which I'll take that all day. But
yeah, right.
We didn't know how to market because we really didn't have to.
Yeah.
We did like some really great pre-open PR. We threw a big ass party. We're very good at party throwing.
Come on.
And then people just came. And then the market sort of shifted. So it was kind of like, well, what we had done wasn't working anymore. We just kind of got lucky on some of it. And yeah, some of it's intentional for sure.
Yeah.
But then also, okay, do we need a GM? There's 2 owners. What are the AORs? This is a different industry. I'd come from restaurants where I don't have to convince people to eat. I just got to convince them to come to my restaurant.
Yeah.
Now you're like trying to educate like why people should move. This was fitness and wellness was not as at the forefront as it is right now.
Yeah.
So you're educating people on why they should work out. You're trying to get them to work, and then you're also trying to get them to come to you.
Interesting.
And so I think it was more just industry nuances and then a lot of technology and like infrastructure that we figured out, but we definitely didn't go in with the playbook written.
Right.
No.
Right.
And I don't think many people do. Even people that have done it before, the same playbook. Like last night we heard the story about the team that built Solid Core and sold it for like a valuation of $600 million. They turned around, raised $5 more million, and went and did another concept, and the doors were closed within 24 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the playbook that works once doesn't always work the next time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm curious about your decision to like do multiple locations, because I feel like a lot of people who open storefronts, coffee shops, fitness studios, things like that. Well, first of all, usually it's one person, not necessarily two. So like, I have some friends who have a coffee shop and 2 coffee shops in Atlanta, and there's 3 of them. So there's 3 guys who are trying to make a living to support their families running a coffee shop.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So they like by necessity started roasting coffee and then opened a second location because they were like, we need more money to be able to all do this full time.
Yeah.
But I'm curious because, you know, most of these people who open these kind of shops, they kind of just want one. And like, that's enough work for them.
No.
You know, like.
No, not us.
I understand why people do
I
that.
totally do.
I think
Do you think it's easier
to have multiple
or to have one?
I think the jump from 1 to 2 is tough.
Yeah.
Because you can't be everywhere. You that's the first
You can't
one
be
where
at
you
both
can't
at one
be
time.
both at one time. It depends on the team that you have, honestly. But I mean, there's a lot of economies of scale that come with multiple. What you can't do though is like open a second one to pay the bills for the first one. Because you could potentially be growing a business that doesn't make any money, and now it's losing money in multiple locations. So we grew each time we've grown was for a little bit of a different reason, to be honest. And so Homewood was doing so well in year 1 that we had a really good opportunity at the summit. So that's why we came out of the gate. We hit every projection I had already built before we even opened, and then some.
Which is wild. So I'm just going to pause for this for a second. She is an Excel like mastermind. She literally had this spreadsheet and projected all of these numbers before we had a building. Pretty much freaking nailed it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's like, I still cannot get over it. Like, it's like mind blowing to me. I'm like, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
It's the Lord and luck. But yeah, so, you know, it's like, okay, well, this is really working. There's another opportunity here. We ran the numbers. It felt really good. Take the momentum and get a bigger footprint in the market. That was kind of our goal. And then COVID hit. So that was a shit show. So now we've relocated from the summit to Hoover, which has been great. That was for a different reason. Tuscaloosa, Leah she was down there a lot. We grew up 36 miles south of there, but I'd always been scared of Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. We both had.
It's a little bit like seasonal and student-based. And I just was like, we know too many damn people down there, and there's not a lot of competition. And so we had kind of come out of the fog of COVID, and I was like, that's our backyard. What are we doing? And so we went and looked, and we never have forced anything. We found a great piece of real estate, a guy I used to drink beer with. There's a lot of people I used to drink beer with in this story, if you really start going.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah.
Connections is a real thing.
Yeah. And so, you know, we got a great piece of real estate. Tuscaloosa came out of the ground, crushing. Leah's down there running that one. I'm in Birmingham. So that, you know, a little bit of like divide and conquer. And then from a financial standpoint, Summit was about to double rent. We had a little bit more cannibalization. That was a lesson for us, like going into Summit versus Homewood is a little too close to each other. And so we actually pulled like half of our members got absorbed into Homewood. And so huge pop for profitability and just like community in Homewood. And then we put Hoover's further out, smaller footprint. We learned a lot too. Our first one was 3,600 square feet. Our second one was 2,600 square feet. And now
we're at like 1,700.
Yeah. Same revenue. Okay. And so you start to learn like where to put your money that matters and that matters to the people walking through the door.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a great experience, and it doesn't have to have like all these bells and whistles and stuff on it too. But anyway, so we always knew we wanted to scale. I mean, the goal is to do something that we can like put Alabama on the map a little bit. Like there's never really been a big like Iron Tribe, obviously, out of Alabama, scaled a lot, and then, you know, went franchise and did all that. But, you know, to really go be a national eventually be a national brand. We just really had a desire to do that.
And I think too, like, we want to be able to serve more than just one community. We truly, we believe wholeheartedly in our product and our workout and just the stories that have come out and the lives that have been changed. It's something that's like, this deserves to go places.
Yeah.
Because we want people to experience this and to become better. Like, we want people to live longer, healthier lives, but we want them, longer and healthier, but also like not playing small, but fully being what they're capable of becoming. And I think, speaking life over people, like how many places in your day do you walk in and it's positive and it's upbeat and people are speaking life over you and everybody has a smile on their face? There's not very many. So we know we need that. We know the world needs that. And so it's like, we want to be that place. We understand. It's crazy. There's a statistic out there. I don't even know what the updated statistic is, but when we opened, they literally said that almost 80% of the people that walk through any gym door are running from some sort of pain. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And so when we look at people like, hey, I don't know what they're coming in, why they're coming in this door and what they're coming here for, but I'm going to make sure they know that they are seen and they are loved and that I'm going to speak life over them. And I want their shoulders to be up a little higher, a little back, and walk out confident because they are created on purpose.
Yeah.
And so that's like, it'll bring tears to my eyes.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
That's so sick. I think my experience with fitness, I kind of grew up around it a bit. For more context, I have cystic fibrosis. And so my health has always been something I've been conscious of because I have to work harder to take care of myself. But yeah, I definitely, I think when I walk into the gym, I'm definitely going in there to fight demons a little bit, know? Yeah. And to go in and have someone, encouraging you and in your court and fighting for you with you while you do something hard is really special. Yeah. It's really cool. I think too,
yes, absolutely.
Having, I'm not necessarily this way, I'll be honest, but having someone alongside of you to hold you accountable to do something is really valuable. I've learned that mostly from my wife. My wife really loves having a personal trainer, coach, someone alongside of her to push her and help her figure out what to do. Yeah. I'm a little bit more independent and kind of want to do it myself. And I run a lot. So that's, I'm doing my own training and stuff. But I think that's maybe the unseen, I feel like people don't talk about that aspect of training in a gym, having the accountability of another person there to coach you along.
It's real. It's totally real.
Yeah.
I think what's cool, and I honestly, I'll be really honest, I hated group fitness before this, so it's really funny that we're the group.
That is hilarious.
But what's cool about it is it is a group, but it's dark and it's like you and your bag. And so you get the energy and you get the push and the motivation from the people around you, but not everybody's staring at you. Not everybody's waiting on you. Not everybody's making you go to a certain pace. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's kind of best of both worlds. It's we were made for community.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we need that. We need to know sometimes that we're not fighting alone.
Yeah.
And so it's cool because it's you have these people around you, but it's still you. It's still you doing your thing, which is really neat.
Yeah. And I will say that I go to a gym where a bunch of my friends go. So I am going to
there
be
you
around
go.
a bunch of dudes that I'm buddies with,
And I think what I've always loved about group fitness is I have decision fatigue by the time I get to the gym or when I tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And I want to go somewhere where I trust that they're going to give me what I need.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a lot to be said for being pushed outside of your comfort zone instead of, I think we all, at least for me, I would tend to go into more comfortable things if I'm taking myself to a big box gym or, going for a run. When somebody's beside me, it's going to make me go a little bit harder and the coach is going to put me through something I probably wouldn't have put myself through. And we get so much more resilient mentally and physically when we do stuff that is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And we all, for me, I know for sure, I'm always so aware of how comfortable life has become for all of us. And it's why you see people starting to cold plunge and sauna and really focusing on workout is because you have to find ways to make your body be uncomfortable and do hard things or your mind will forget how strong you are and resilient you are, and that you can actually get through things. And that also creates that anxiety too, right?
Yeah.
So we have to we have to like make the choice almost now, because we're not running from animals or trying to find our own food.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You're not trying to like not freeze to death today.
Yeah.
So then
you don't have to go farm and grow your own food.
Exactly. So now you got to go find opportunities and seek out opportunities. Well, if you're going to go do something hard and make yourself uncomfortable because it's the right thing to do for your mind and body, do it with people that are do it with a community.
Yeah.
Did you know there's actually this part in your brain? It's called the midsingular cortex, that when you actually do something hard that you don't want to do and you do it to completion, that part of your brain actually grows and it helps you do harder things better.
I watched a video about that literally yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, the guy was
so
talking
cool, right?
about how it's literally a muscle. Like doing hard things is a muscle in your brain, and you don't think about it. But like the more hard things you do, the better you get at doing hard things. Because I feel like I've started to feel that. Like getting married was a big leap, because it's like I am now not just living my life on my own whims, but trying to serve another person and make her life better. Yeah. And I see that. I don't have kids yet, but like I see that in my friends who are starting to have kids and things like that. That's kind of the phase of life I'm in. Seeing people add this responsibility to their life and then grow as a person, and learn how to like handle heavier weights of responsibility. It's like really kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
It is very, very cool. And it goes, I mean, I have a 5-year-old, and I get to kind of apply that with her too, right? Is if you make their lives too comfortable, they don't have confidence in themselves to handle things either. And so you got to like make sure you let them do hard shit too. And so it just, I think I said to people, I'm like, lean into the hard. We have it on our building that says you can do hard things, That's why. It's to remind you that you can.
Yeah.
And let's be real, life is hard.
It is.
Yeah. And it doesn't usually get easier. You just handle it better.
That's right.
Well, what is the most fun part about what you're doing?
Make an impact. I mean, truly, like we can have all these meetings and like this set vision, and that stuff's fun. But when I get to get on that stage and pour into people, like that's what's so much fun to me. It like reminds me of our why, because that's the cool. Like, and then it's like, okay, this is why we're doing all this. This is why we're pushing and trying to make all this other stuff happen. Because a lot of times it'd be easier just to be like, oh yeah, we got 3, we're cool.
Yeah.
Nah.
And for me, I don't coach. I said, if you see me up there, like something has gone bad.
Something happened.
So for me, the most fun part is watching our team live in their gift. And a lot of our coaches in particular, like they didn't coach before.
Yeah.
And it is so crazy to like get in their class and you're like, holy shit, like you were meant to do this.
Yes.
And it's really neat to see people, how they come to life and then how they impact people. So it's, I love the restaurant industry, but there's pieces that like what we get to do now. I mean, it's very hard to get in many other things.
Yeah.
The way you can actually like the positive impact you can have on not just the physical well-being of someone, but the mental well-being, and also just providing a space for people that when they need it the most too. It's wild.
Yeah.
We're very honored to do it,
to
be a place for that.
Yeah.
What do your personal like fitness wellness schedules look like?
Get it in when you can.
Yeah.
I mean, it really just varies. It depends on if you're coaching or not. It depends on kind of what your day looks like. Like yesterday, I was at all 3 locations, but I'm in Tuscaloosa, so I hit the 6 a.m. class as a coach I hadn't seen in a minute. So I'm like, I'm going to take her class. I'm going to connect with her before I run to Birmingham to our Hoover location. Every day's different.
Yeah.
So, I try to get in at least 3 classes minimum if I can during a week. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm going to do my own thing at home real quick. But
yeah, I mean, so I have a 5-year-old doing drop-offs, and then I have another business as well. And so it's wherever I schedule around my classes. So typically I'm going to take a 9:15 or midday. Luckily, we have a really good schedule where you can kind of like fit it in correctly. But I want to get in at least 4 a week. I know from a strength standpoint, that's really where I need to be. And we have a great part of our programming that's strength. And from a mental standpoint, like if I start slacking, I'm way harder to deal with.
Yeah.
That's my husband.
And if we can't get in a class, you can probably find us in between classes, hitting a bag on our own or like lifting weights on our own because we couldn't fit in class. But we're like in between. We're like, okay, I'm going to go do this for a second.
Yeah.
100%. And then she's got a sauna that she gets in. I go to Sweat House too, at least once a week. It's another thing where I know I can, like, getting in a cold tub is a hard thing to do, and it resets my mind into like, hey, you're okay, especially if life starts lifing, right? And then I feel like you're eating better these days from a nutritional standpoint.
I am.
Because, we're I used to joke that Leah and my daughter would like pick the same thing on a menu. I'll take the fish and the salad.
Yeah.
But I think, we're both probably like prioritizing protein, fiber, sleep, and then moving our bodies at battle 3 to 4 times a week. And when we do that, it works.
Yeah.
And the older, I'm 44, we're both over 40, like you really start.
For what it counts, that surprises me.
Well, thank you. You win.
44,
you win.
Yeah, I would have
points,
thought 30 still.
But I mean, the older you get, the more you're just like, I want to feel good for as long as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially when people in our lives get a little older and you see what happens when you don't lift weights and you don't have cardio in your life, like what happens to your heart, what happens to your injury proneness. Yeah. And so there's a lot of motivation to
listen. I'm not trying to live a long time and not be independent.
That's right.
I say this all the time. Like strength gives you quality. Mm-hmm. Cardio gives you more years. Mm-hmm. So like I want all the years, but I want quality years.
Yeah.
I don't need it. If I am not independent, I don't want to be around.
Yeah.
Put me on the iceberg.
Yeah.
Or
Joe Reed, I saw. So there are 2 books I saw at the Homewood location. Was Unreasonable Hospitality and Peter Attia's book. What's that book called?
Longevity.
Longevity. Yeah, I've read both of those. Fantastic books. Yes. But that's very Peter Attia. Yeah. And honestly, like, when you're in your teens and like early 20s, I feel like athletics are very competitive. And even in college, I didn't play college ball or anything, but I played in murals and, men's league and stuff like that. I played soccer a lot. But eventually you do kind of reach this point where it's like, you're not going to be some track star, it's just not going to happen. The only thing you can still kind of do that, I think, with some sports, but most of them, you're not going to be some star. So like, you got to figure out what's your relationship going to be like. And Peter Attia's book really kind of impacted that for me because, I know I need to take care of myself, obviously for my health, but how do I do that in a way that's
sustainable?
Sustainable and conducive to like how I live my life.
That's right.
I have been into running a lot. I just signed up for another marathon this morning. So
good for you. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
But I'm not trying to like go super fast or anything.
I used to love running. I can't run. My knees are shot. I'm bone on bone from basketball. So like my knees immediately swell. Yeah. And so that's why I'm super thankful for boxing. Yeah. Because my knees can handle it and they don't get huge on me.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
I do not want to run. There's nothing about that. I mean, I idle kind of high, right? But I want to go, like, feel like when I want to pick up. I really like to pick up weights. Like, there's a lot about that. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
I'm learning how to get there.
And so I've really, and I don't want to be on a rack. Like, I want approachable strength training, and that's why I really like kettlebells, which is what we do. It does everything you need, and it's very approachable from like a user-friendly standpoint. So like, I want it simple and effective, and I also want to be like sort of entertained.
Yeah.
Some people I think are a little intimidated by kettlebells too. But once they realize like it's very, very basic movements a lot of the times. I mean, we switch things up, but literally we picked a kettlebell because you can pick a kettlebell up. And if you pick a kettlebell up versus a dumbbell, just the way the kettlebell's made, you use more muscles.
Yeah.
Which is...
I love kettlebells.
Yeah. Do you?
I love it.
I'm huge fan. Like, we love them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Love them.
But I really envy people that like to run. I've always been like, people that want to go for a run are better than me.
The feeling of clarity, like genuinely after taking one of y'all's classes, that's the feeling of clarity and like clear-mindedness that I feel after I run.
Mm-hmm.
And so I run just as much for my head as I run for like my body.
That's why I used to run, was for my head.
Yeah.
So now I'm boxed for my head.
Yeah, exactly. What's it like running a business with one of your best friends?
Oh, it's freaking awesome.
I'm sure everyone can't say that, honestly. I mean,
because I feel like that some of the advice that I hear that I hate and disagree with full-heartedly is like, don't go into business with your friends. I'm like, well, if you're going to go into business with anyone, like why, like who else would you go into business with?
Maybe they have shitty friends.
Exactly.
Yeah. But no, it's amazing. I mean, we have really different skill sets. I look out for her more than myself, and she does exactly the same for me. You know,
I couldn't imagine not doing it with her.
100%. I really don't know how people go do solo launches, honestly, because who are you? Like you almost have to. I think you did something about mentors the other day. Like you have to have a sounding board, and you need to both kind of like understand your AORs and your responsibility. And we just work together really well. And we already knew that. Like we knew enough about each other that this wasn't like we'll try it and see.
Yeah.
We're also just both of our moral compasses point north. So. Even if we disagree on something, like we will definitely disagree. Yep. That's great. That's how you get better conclusions at the end.
You need to.
Yeah, but it's awesome. I mean, we get to talk all the time, and we get to talk about everything.
Yeah.
And we're working towards the same thing and rowing in the boat the same way, and we want both of us to win. Like, it's awesome. Yeah. Now, I know that wouldn't be with everyone. I think it's honestly a rare thing. I work with my family too, and like we both grew up in family businesses. So, I mean, I think working with people you trust a lot is the way to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because then your mind's not clouded with that bullshit, right? It's just like, hey, I know we're both going to do the right thing by each other. Let's just run.
I can't imagine trying to run something and do something, having those thoughts, because there's so many other things that you need to have clarity on. And so to not have clarity on that, you're not going to be as successful. I mean, you know, and so it's cool because that's something that's just like, oh shit, what are we going to do about this? And it's like, we may talk about, it's like, all right, let's go. You know, it's like, it doesn't matter what it is. And it's very nice to have a sounding board and figure things out together. And
yes, it's awesome.
Figure life out together. Let's be real. I mean, like,
yeah. Leah, did you say you have kids?
No, I don't have kids.
Being a mom.
One, yes.
How do you balance? I mean, you said you have another business also.
Yes.
2 businesses and being a mom.
Yeah.
How do you do all of that?
I have really good business partners. I mean, seriously, so both of my business partners I've known for a long time and trust explicitly, and we have really good. I mean, how you choosing your business partner is as important as your spouse, and I have an amazing spouse to go with that. So I'm really fortunate. I just really have great partners in my corner and an amazing husband at home. But I've had to learn a lot of how to optimize on the yeses and not say more no's than I was used to, because I'll run myself right in the ground. Because I have a high capacity, I think, to do a lot, but that doesn't mean that that's what I should do.
Yep.
And so I've hired an assistant that I didn't have before, delegated some stuff out, reworked the way that I build my mornings. I mean, a lot of it's trial and error, but the big thing is I think a lot of times we just like live in what we're in. And then we just keep getting run in the ground and we just keep trying to do the same thing, or we get mad about it. Like, no, go fix it.
Yeah.
There is always a way to like find a better balance, but you do have to be willing to like try and fail and figure that out. But I wouldn't say I've got it figured out, but I'm a lot better than I was. I think I took 2 weeks off of work after I had my child, and
that's
that was
crazy.
A terrible idea.
That's not a good idea.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But I didn't know any different, especially as an entrepreneur. And then you start realizing you're like, oh, I have so many incredible people around me. Like, chill.
Yeah.
You can not get up and do everything every day.
Yeah.
So it was a great learning, honestly. It's made me being a mother, to your point, like, you get more capacity.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out the right way to use it.
Yeah. What What is the most challenging thing you guys are facing in your business right now?
Want to answer this?
I think there's always the two parallels running. I feel like, there's not always just like this one big rock. But the first thing is, obviously, we just opened in Hoover not too long ago. And so with fitness, you have to really get in the community and like get involved. And so we're just in the middle of making sure that we've got the right strategy to like be a good steward of that community down there and be known and know them. And so I think it's more of a priority, not like a hard thing, but a priority.
Yeah.
It's also how we feel like we're going to write the playbook for what's to come.
Yeah.
The other thing is that right now we're building a lot of things to get ready to run really fast. So, our plan is we're going to go open another one in a different market. We're figuring out which market that is right now, and going and picking real estate that's not in your backyard is a bit unnerving, but we think we've got some really good partners in that to help us do the analysis, data that I didn't even know existed.
That's wild.
And so really just making sure that we're making sound decisions so that we are poised to run as fast as we're wanting to for the next 36 months. So it's kind of like taking care of the new baby a little bit, like making sure it's on its feet down there, and then getting ready to do it again, and to do it not in our backyard.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Would you say anything different?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, and then just, it's always looking for ways to, what can we do better for our team?
Yeah.
And what can we do better for our clients? I mean, that's an ongoing
Yeah, I feel
thing.
like that's always a thing. It's. I think the biggest thing too is like she said, is like when you're about to run fast, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, because you want to run fast, but you want to run well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
As y'all would know, because you run.
Yeah, you can't come out the gate sprinting if you want to run a marathon.
That's
You
right.
gotta-
That's
you gotta
exactly
carry.
right.
The foundation's really got to be set, and we've got a lot of that done. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to fill the gaps before we do that.
Are you guys trying to take on investment, or are you trying to cash flow the whole thing?
So that we have one other investor. She's a local doctor. She's amazing, Dr. Rachel Roberts. And so it's us three that we've self-funded between us three. Leah runs a lot of the day-to-day, and I'm in it every day too. So we'll keep the same group until we can't. Right now, we're not taking on anyone else, but to do what we want to do, we will definitely have to, probably in the next 24 months, I would say.
Yeah.
Because, it's, if you want to run fast, it's capital intensive also.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does that scare you?
No. No. I mean, we're going to be, you have to be particular about how you do that and get the right strategic partner that understands the vision. But no. I mean, I've done a lot of raises, and not like, I have a lot of clients that I think I helped close like $60 million in like either debt or investor, money last year. So like but it is different when it's yours.
Yeah.
So no,
No.
it's just a matter of timing.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that
Yep.
people struggle with, is like, when do they go get the money? When is the right time, so you don't dilute yourself too much, but you're also not stretching yourself on risk. And we have struggled with like when we're going to go do this sprint, and we finally have clarity on it, and that is so nice.
Yes.
And sometimes you just have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You just got to go.
Yeah.
You have to run
Yep.
like y'all do.
That's so cool.
Wes Myers does.
Yes,
Run this
like
one.
I do.
Yeah.
Like I do. That's really cool. I'm really stoked for you guys.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you. We're excited. We're
very-
expectant.
We're expecting. Yeah.
That's our word.
That's all
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
I love that. I love the confidence you guys have in what you're doing, and I think what you're doing is worth being confident in.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
That means a lot.
I think it's really cool talking with. I have this workshop idea that I'm working on.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur. I don't think that they're the same thing. And I've experienced a lot of frustration working around people who are business owners and not entrepreneurs. Because I think an entrepreneur is someone who has ideas and executes them.
Yeah.
And sometimes a business owner, I think there's typically a lack of vision with a business owner. And again, I'm still kind of workshopping this idea. but it's really cool and exciting to me when I get to talk with people who are entrepreneurs and have visions and things that they're building. Those are people I relate to most, and they're not very common. I guess you guys have each other, but do you ever feel like you're kind of doing something on your own? Or do you have like a community of people around you who are kind of also building things?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of really amazing, smart people in our circle naturally, even people we grew up with. And I mean, we're very fortunate that way. And I also think like if you're around non-entrepreneurs, you will be the 10th. Right? I mean, I think there's a lot about like who you're around that does that. I think we seek out people that I said the other day, like they were like, you can't buy experience. I'm like, yes, you can.
Yeah.
I am a consultant by trade too. So we've pulled a lot of people in. I would say we don't have anyone in our circle that's done it in this industry.
No.
But we've gone and found a lot of people that have done it and gotten a meeting and happy to pay for it, because I do think a lot of times you should do that.
Yeah.
I mean, their experience is valuable, just like ours and yours experience is valuable, right? But I mean, our support systems are really freaking great too.
They are.
There's a lot of positivity around, like, I hear a lot of times about entrepreneurs being around people that like don't believe in them or second guess them, or a lot of that's probably jealousy, right? But then they get kind of pulled back. We just don't have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that much in my life either, and I kind of wonder a little bit if that's some people being in their own heads, or maybe, again, like you said, people just have bad friends and family.
Who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Or you're putting some stock in someone's opinion that's not in the arena either. And I mean, you've got to be careful about that. You know, I don't know. I'm like, well, maybe somebody is saying something, I just don't listen.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty hard-headed too.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I also
may
think
miss it.
Yeah, we've talked about too. I mean, our dads were farmers, and we talk about they were like the original entrepreneurs.
Genuinely.
I mean, like we saw them grind and we saw them build. Like, I mean, our farm started small. Our farms are massive farms now. I mean, what our dads did and what we like saw firsthand and didn't know anything different. I mean, I think it taught us a lot that we didn't even realize we were learning.
For sure.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And then we were around really ambitious people early in our careers. So, I think we were very much made for this. But I think, we live in such a great time now that even if you weren't organically around that, there's so much out there to learn if you're willing to do it. And there's a fine balance between like thinking you know it all and like knowing what you don't know, or sometimes getting validation. But even with consulting, like you have to just have enough discernment to like take in input, filter out what serves you, take it and leave the rest. And so there's plenty of ways to learn out there, but it doesn't mean it's all right or good or serves you.
Yeah.
So I think the skill set is like finding great people to put around you and then having the filter,
Yeah.
To take it and do what you will with it.
Yeah. That's a good word. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
This was really fun.
Thanks for
Thank you.
having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see what you guys do. Where can people find you guys and Battle Republic?
So at Battle Republic on Instagram, we have a pretty sexy Instagram. So start there and then battlerepublic.com. And so we have a location in Hoover and Stadium Trace down in Tuscaloosa, and then our OG location in Homewood on the corner of 18th. So come find us. Come check it out. We have
and
a
many
great
more
intro.
to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are not sure which market we're going to start with, but it's really been fun to figure it out.
Yeah.
Where we're going next. But yeah, Birmingham will always be home for us.
Yeah.
And it has been Tuscaloosa and Birmingham and Hoover. They've just been so embracing. And so whatever we do will be because of these people that have supported us.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
This
Thank
was
you.
fun.
That was so fun.
What business do you want to do?
Yeah.
Do I want to do?
Yeah.
This.
Well,
genuinely
it's the time, man. I mean.